Everyone mocked her for helping a man they called garbage. But when he took off the dust-covered cap, the room gasped.
It's no problem.
Because he wasn't a delivery man, he owned the entire company. Her first day was supposed to be ordinary. But a small act of kindness unlocked a secret test by a billionaire CEO and the beginning of a love story the world wouldn't forget. The buzzing alarm tore through the darkness at 5:30 a.m. Elena Vasquez jolted awake in her tiny one-room apartment. The paint on the ceiling was peeling and the chill in the air crawled through the thin window panes. But Elena barely noticed. Because today wasn't just another day of survival, it was her first real job. After years of scrubbing toilets and waiting tables, she'd finally landed a coveted internship at Alton Corp, the city's most prestigious tech company. She swung her legs off the mattress laid on the floor and sat still for a moment, breathing in the reality. "Don't mess this up," she whispered to herself. With trembling hands, she slipped on her neatly ironed thrift store blouse and the only pair of slacks she owned without holes. Her reflection in the cracked mirror showed tired eyes, but a flicker of hope danced behind them. From the other room, her little brother's cough reminded her why she couldn't fail. Their mom was already awake, heating up leftover rice and eggs. "Elena, eat something, please," her mom called softly. "I will. Just let me get my shoes." Moments later, with a kiss on her mother's cheek and a promise to call at lunch, Elena was out the door. The early morning sun peeked through the gray skyline as she pedaled furiously down the street on her old, rusting bicycle. Her hands were cold and traffic was relentless, but her eyes stayed fixed on the horizon. Alton Corp was waiting. Her new life was about to begin. The automatic doors of Alton Corp slid open, revealing a gleaming marble floor, sparkling chandeliers, and the rhythmic tapping of heels echoing through the halls. Elena paused at the threshold, her heart pounding. She clutched her folder containing her resume, a notepad, and the confirmation email and stepped inside. A cold-eyed receptionist barely looked up as Elena approached. "Name?" the woman asked flatly. "Elena Vasquez. I'm the new intern. Have a seat. HR will come for you." Elena sat down on the pristine leather couch, smoothing her clothes, watching a sea of expensive heels and sleek briefcases pass by. Then the door hissed open again. In walked a man pushing a delivery cart stacked with heavy boxes. His brown cap was stained and his uniform had seen better days. He moved slowly, clearly struggling. The box on top tipped, falling to the floor with a dull thud. People stepped around him. Some sneered. One sharply dressed woman even muttered, "Ugh, why can't they use the back entrance like they're supposed to?" Elena hesitated. Then she stood. She rushed over, knelt beside the fallen box, and began helping him stack it again. "Careful," she said gently, "you'll hurt your back." The man looked at her, surprised. He was in his late 30s, rough-bearded, dark circles under his eyes. But something about his gaze was alert, too alert for a delivery man. "You don't have to," he said. "I want to," she replied. "I know what it's like to need a hand." He gave her a look, long, thoughtful, then smiled faintly. "Thank you." No one else helped. A few smirked. One in turn whispered to another, "What's she trying to do, make friends with janitors?" Elena didn't care. She helped him push the cart toward the elevator. "What's your name?" he asked. "Elena. It's my first day." He extended a calloused hand. "Matt. Welcome to the jungle." They laughed. Then, before she could ask more, he pressed a button on the elevator, gave her a quick nod, and disappeared behind the sliding doors. The HR representative finally arrived, a woman in a sleek suit named Ms. Greaves. She walked Elena through protocols and handed her a welcome packet. Then came the tour and the people. Elena met a whirlwind of coworkers: Samantha, the ice-cold marketing lead, Jordan, the sarcastic intern who thought he was hilarious, and Lacey, the front desk assistant who seemed sweet but had a habit of oversharing office gossip. And they all seemed to notice her moment with the delivery man. "You made quite the impression," Jordan chuckled as they passed a coffee station. "He's not even allowed in this part of the building. But you helped him." "Cute." Samantha smirked. "We call him Ghost because he pops in and out. Doesn't talk to anyone. Weird guy. Don't get too friendly." Elena felt heat rise in her cheeks. "I just saw someone who needed help." Lacey chimed in, sweet. "Naive. You won't last if you don't learn the rules." In a locked office several floors above, a man pulled off his brown cap and tossed it on the desk. Gone was the slouch. He stood tall, rolled his shoulders, and opened a secure laptop. Matthew Alton, founder and CEO of Alton Corp., clicked on a video file labeled Intern Orientation Hidden Cam Footage. He fast-forwarded until he saw her. Elena Vasquez. Helping him. Without hesitation. He paused, zoomed in, then smiled. Elena was assigned to assist with a proposal for a new social impact campaign. Samantha rolled her eyes and dumped a load of files on her desk. Since you like helping people so much, she said, why don't you research how much our company pretends to care about the poor? Elena bit her lip, nodded, and got to work. Days passed. She came early, stayed late, skipped lunches. She even offered to help Lacey sort through inventory after hours and caught a typo that saved the company from a supplier disaster. And every now and then she'd see Matt the delivery man, again carrying something, cleaning something, always unnoticed. Each time she smiled at him. Each time he smiled back. The whispers grew louder. She thinks she's so noble. Maybe she's trying to seduce the janitor. No way HR didn't warn her. But Elena kept her head down. Until one day, Samantha cornered her in the break room. You want to get ahead in this company? Then stop playing Florence Nightingale. No one cares about delivery guys. Elena stared at her, stunned. What's wrong with being kind? Samantha sneered. Kindness is weakness here. But Matthew Alton, watching from the surveillance footage in his hidden office, had a different opinion. A week later, the HR department sent an email. Elena had been selected to present part of the proposal to the board directly. An unheard-of opportunity for a first-week intern. The office exploded. How did she land that? She's probably dating someone. It's rigged. But Elena didn't know the truth that Matt had given the order himself. She was the only one who passed his secret test. The day of the presentation arrived. Elena stepped into the top-floor boardroom, her heart pounding. Executives lined the mahogany table. Investors. Senior staff. All eyes on her. Then a door at the far end opened. In walked the CEO. Except he wasn't in a tailored suit. He was wearing the same dusty jacket. The same brown cap, now removed and tucked under his arm. Gasps filled the room. Samantha turned white. Jordan dropped his coffee. And Elena? She stared, wide-eyed. Matt, the delivery man, walked straight to the head of the table. I'm Matthew Alton, he said, calm and clear. Founder. CEO. And today I want to introduce someone who reminded me why this company exists. He turned to Elena. She didn't know who I was. She helped me anyway. That's leadership. That's the kind of heart we need. He gestured for her to begin. Elena took a deep breath and presented her plan, a real social impact initiative focused on empowering underprivileged youth with tech education and internships. Her voice trembled at first, then strengthened. Because she was speaking from her own experience. The board listened. Matthew smiled. And when she finished, the room erupted into applause. The gossip? Gone. Samantha? Transferred. Jordan? Started bringing coffee for everyone. Elena? Offered a full-time position and her own project team. The most surprising of all was the invitation she received one evening. A handwritten note slipped onto her desk. Dinner? No disguises this time. Just me. Matt. They met at a quiet restaurant. No bodyguards. No cameras. Just two people. Why did you do it? Elena asked. The test. She nodded. I was losing sight of what mattered, Matt said. This company got so big I couldn't see the people anymore. So I decided to go undercover. To see who still treated others like human beings even when no one was watching. And? You reminded me, he said softly, why I started this place to begin with. They talked for hours. And dinner turned into walks. Walks turned into weekends. And eventually love. Years later, Alton Corp was known not just for innovation but for compassion. And at the heart of it stood two people. A girl who once helped a delivery man. And a CEO who learned the greatest success comes not from power, but from kindness.